certainly, if it came to it, prefer him to our opponent in the other party. I think that my programs are better defined than his. They're more imaginative than his, and moreover, I have a better chance of winning. I think it's academic, though, because he's not going to win the primary. I am. Well, one more thing I'd like to ask about your campaign. How is your campaign going? How do you feel about it?
Hello all, welcome to another edition of Food Sack. Today we are looking at Travis Bickle's Brandy Bread Breakfast from Martin Scorsese's 1976 classic, Taxi Driver. Whether you've spent the evening driving around these filthy, disgusting streets or taken your day to an erotic movie theater, you've earned yourself a decadent treat. And it doesn't get much more decadent than this. The combination of sugar, alcohol, and carbohydrates will have you speaking to yourself in the mirror in no time. What I love about this recipe is that you don't need any fancy new equipment or to learn any special cooking techniques to make this at home. It couldn't be simpler. All you'll need is everything shown here, plus a bowl and a spoon. First, what you want to do is tear up the bread. Now, make sure you buy the cheapest bread possible. In fact, every ingredient here needs to be really cheap. You want it as cheap and nasty as a Times Square bookstore. Now, first of all, you just want to tear the bread up into bite-sized pieces. No need to be fancy here. Just use your fingers, tear them up like so. Now, I'm using 2 pieces of bread. If you're feeding a family, then maybe throw in a bit more. But this is something that you can't really save for later. So make sure that you're only making enough for one sitting. Okay, so we'll just put that in there like so. Alrighty, just make sure you can get a nice look at that. So I've spread it all around the bowl there. Looking very good. Next, we're adding some milk. Now I'm using Farmdale Fresh from Aldi. As I said, make sure the ingredients are as cheap as possible. So we'll just pour that on top, much like breakfast cereal. We want to get the bread nice and wet there. There we go. There's a bit more on the side. There we go. Just like you'd be pouring milk onto Fruit Loops. Very simple. Okay, now we are on to the brandy. In the film, Travis Bickle uses peach brandy. I couldn't find that, unfortunately. The best I could find was St. Agnes. Now, this was $16, which, if you know anything about Australian alcohol prices, is pretty cheap, okay? Definitely, as far as brandy goes, very cheap. You don't want to be getting the fancy stuff for this recipe. Let's just pour this on. Ooh. Alrighty. Again, no need for a measuring cup, just to your own taste there. Now, the writer of Taxi Driver, Paul Schrader, he said that he actually ate this recipe while he was writing the film. He had crippling alcoholism at the time, and this was one of his favorite meals. All right, next, we're going to put on the sugar. We'll just open this up. Break that up a little bit, and there we go. Now, you want to sprinkle this on liberally. Imagine it's the saxophone on the Taxi Driver soundtrack. You want to use a fair bit of this. Alrighty. And there we go. Have a look at that. Now, it looks good, but how does it taste? Let's give it a go. Alrighty. Let's go for it. Mmm. 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 I'm getting strong hints of brandy from this. Yeah, the soggy bread here, the milk sodden bread is an interesting texture, plus the grains of sugar and the very strong brandy taste. Really do combine to make a memorable flavor. So there we go, a perfect recipe for all the lonely men out there. If you want to be a hero, if you want to take down a street pimp, then this will probably give you the energy you need to accomplish that. Many thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later. Cheers. Oh, that was foul.